So submission. First and foremost, we want to talk about the first man, right? The first man. When was the first man created? The first man that we know of is Adam, right? So if anybody got time, you feel like Googling, Google Adam. That will tell you how long men have been on this earth. Men, masculines, have been on this earth. If you Google Adam, how long Adam was here or when Adam was created, it's going to tell you around 10,000 years ago. Okay? Now, what we need to understand, first and foremost, goddess, is that Adam was here 10,000 years ago, which that means man was created 10,000 years ago. Also, know most importantly that the woman, you, your highness, you goddesses, have been around this planet, this earth, for at least, we know probably a lot more longer than that, but at least 233,000 years. I say 233,000 years. Now, when Adam was created with the ego, right? The ego was created within Adam because it was a different way to create authenticity. You see, the first earth energy, the first energy on earth as far as in a human form, name is Lilith. So we all heard of Lilith, I say. So, Lilith is the first creator of all life. She created women in authentic ways as far as on a physical level. Different hair, different grades of hair, different color of hair, different eyes, different nose, different bodies, I say, different skin, I say. Adam was created with an ego. Therefore, we could think authentically, not just look authentic, but think authentic, I say. So, however, the ego is a powerful energy, I say. The ego was a powerful energy. So when Adam came in, that power overwhelmed him. If you ever hear any story of Adam, the Adam and Eve, Adam and Lilith, anytime you have a story with Adam in it, the goddess, the woman, is doing something wrong. Let the story tell it, I say. So Lilith, whoever acts, I say, is the first goddess, the first human ever on earth, period, I say. Now, as we see the stories of Adam and Lilith, Adam and Eve, I say that the ego creates a need to be right, I say, and the ego creates a need to control. Okay. So we talk about Adam, but we always get his story. That's why it's called his story. His story, not her story. His story, I say. And that's why we have the story of Adam and Eve, his way, in his perception, I say. So when we talk about submission, this has been going on since Adam. You see, when Adam was created, his first actual wife was Lilith, I say. His first actual wife was Lilith. And in the story of Lilith, they got married, I say. And when it was time to what they call consummate the marriage, which was to have sex, Adam asked Lilith to lay down. And the goddess Lilith, being obviously the first, she's been here for years and years, she created everything. And she said, no, I'm not laying down. You lay down. I say, I am the lead. But his story says that she was not being submissive. So therefore, she was dropped in a lower self, I say. Dropped in a lower self, which makes no sense in the world. Why would the divine do that? No. And then, of course, the story of Adam and Eve, right? Everything is blamed on the goddess Eve. His story. His story. Okay? Now, this is where submission comes in. You see, his story was created so that it would create what we call submission. I say, if we've heard any other stories about Adam, the divine said we need a leader to control earth. Now, again, this is his story. And Adam raised his hand that he would be in control to rule earth, I say. And in that sense, this is where we have what we call now a man's world, masculine world, I say. But in order to do that, in order to have a man's world, in order to have a masculine world, we would have to get rid of the goddess, the feminine dimension, the feminine energy. You understand me? In order for it to be a man's world, a masculine has to be able to control this world. And the only way a masculine or a person in general to control this world is to ask for submission, to get rid of the highest power, the higher power. And the highest power, higher power, is you, goddess. I say, it is you, goddess. You are the most powerful source. You are the first. I say, you are love. Okay? Now, I say, thank you, Monica. Thank you. I say, you are love. You are the divine. I say, you are all descendants of Lilith, the first creator of earth, I say. So when we talk about his story, whether it's the story of Adam and Eve or it's the story of Adam and Lilith, both goddesses in his story are punished because they were not what we call being submissive. Lilith was so-called dropped from the heavens because she would not be submissive to Adam. And then, of course, Eve, the same way, was told that, this is what we're told, that all women have to go through what they go through because of Eve. You understand me? His story. This is his story. And this is why things are controlled. So for the last 7,000 years, Adam was created 10,000 years ago. But 7,000 years ago is when Adam put in the effect where his story was actually put out. When his story was actually written and actually put out to the public and told, I say. And from 7,000 years up to this point now, every woman has been asked to be submissive and to feel that she's supposed to be submissive, I say. And as long as she's submissive, then the powers that be can control the world. I say, peace, Adrian. Peace, goddess. It's been a long time, honey. Come on in. Thank you for being here. I miss you. I say, so we have to understand, you have to understand what you are, your highness. You are the true source of love. You are the true source of the divine. You are the portal of life, light, and love, I say. Nobody else has that power but you, your highness. The portal of life, light, and love. Only you, your highness. Only you, I say. You see, Adam wasn't created until 10,000 years ago. We're talking about 200 or maybe 300 or maybe even 1,000,000 years after the goddess had already been here. You understand? So, in order for him to have control, he had to make the world believe, that every woman to believe that she was second, that it's her job to be submissive, I say. So goddess, the generational curse that we all call the generational curse, nobody knows what it is. Everybody say the generational curse. Well, we got to heal the generational curse. We got to stop the generational curse. Well, exactly what is the generational curse? Right? Most people know that the generational curse is, we forgot how to love. But how did we get there? When did this curse start? And how did we get there? I say. Well, we got there through Adam, through his story, I say. No different than even when we go to the Bible, when we talk about in Genesis, when we talk about the creation of earth and life. it says, even when it comes to the creation of man, what does it say? It say we. Y'all remember that? It says we created man in our image, or in the image of ourselves. Who is we? Who is ourselves? I say, must be the ones who have been here for over 233,000 years, Your Highness, talking about you. You understand me? You see, Adam was created by you. The goddess has been here. So we is her. Didn't say we created man and woman. It say we created man. But everybody want to put it as the same. No, man and woman are not the same. It don't say man and woman. It say man. We created man in the image of ourselves. You, Your Highness, I say. So since then, for 7,000 years, you have been taught to be submissive. You have been taught that you are second. You have been taught that you must be submissive, I say. Because as long as you're submissive in the world, it's not based on love. As long as you're being submissive, see, you are the source of love. You are the portal of life, the portal of light, the portal of love. When I say the portal of love, this means that the divine, the universe, loves the world, so loved the world through the woman, the divine feminine, I say. And as long as the divine feminine is in second, and as long as the divine feminine is being submissive, meaning giving her power away, she cannot love the world the way the world needs to be loved. Hence, we cannot love ourselves. And when we do not love ourselves, then we are easily controlled, I say. You're easily controlled. You see, God is, for 7,000 years, the stuff that we see on TV, all the stuff we done heard about in history and again, his story, right? All of that and everything now, everything you see on TV, everything you've been seeing on TV, everything that's on the news, everything is merely a distraction so that you do not see you, I say. So that you do not see that you have been enslaved for the last 7,000 years. We want to talk about black slavery, Jew slavery, Indian slavery, whatever kind of slavery we want to talk about, I say. But we don't want to talk about the longest slave, the oldest slave, which is the woman. No matter who was enslaved at any time, she was enslaved, I say. She's always been enslaved. You understand me? Because she is constantly being asked to be submissive, I say. I remember there was a time in the Bible, I don't know how many people go back, I'm showing my age right now, but I remember if it wasn't the late 70s, early 80s in the Bible, when it came to being married, the vows of becoming marriage, the goddess, in her vows, it said to, I will love, cherish, and obey. Y'all remember that? How many people remember that? There was a time that in the vows of marriage, late 70s, early 80s, in the vows of marriage, she had to say, I will love, cherish, and obey, I say. Now, they've taken that out now, but still the same thing. Basically, in the last 7,000 years, of course, she has been asked to do nothing but look beautiful and shut the hell up for the last 7,000 years. She has constantly been taught that her word means nothing. She has constantly been taught that she needs somebody to take care of her. You understand me? So when we talk about submission, you understand? Just for a woman, for a goddess, to even want a man to provide. See, we all got that. We done heard this. This is the roles that we've been hearing for the last 7,000 years. That's role to provide for you. She don't need nobody to provide for her. To take care of her. She don't need nobody to take care of her. For the last 7,000 years, she has been taught to feel like she's a damn child. She needs somebody to provide for her. She needs somebody to take care of her. Now, I don't know where y'all been around. I've been around here for 49 years. In my 49 years, I have seen women raise kids by themselves, have 3 jobs with them kids by themselves, create careers with them kids by themselves. I don't see where she need nobody to provide for her. I don't see where she need anybody to take care of her. And see, this is his story. This is how we have gotten here to be in what we call submission. This is why I say you have been asked for the last 7,000 years to be submissive. Because as long as you're being submissive, then the world can be controlled by masculine energy, by the ego, I say. As long as you're being submissive, goddess, the world can be controlled. You understand? Because you love the world. The divine, the universe loves the world through you. So if you're being submissive, goddess, which most of the women on this planet are being submissive, I say, I got my battery up here going dead, y'all. I don't know with Facebook. I hope it's probably gonna run dead on y'all. I can't get to my charger. But if it go dead, thank y'all so much for coming on Facebook, and I'll get to y'all Sunday. I say, thank you so much for being here. Now, back to the goddesses. Look, I know a lot of people done left because they ain't want to hear that. Yeah, I know. We're gonna say it anyway. We're gonna speak this truth. So you understand. So she has been submissive. See, for the last 7,000 years, there has been a role. There has been a designed scripture to say when our children, when we as children ask, what's a good man, mama? What's a good woman, daddy? For the last 7,000 years, we're talking about a generational curses that we have been taught that a good man has a great job, a great career, a nice house, nice car. He can provide for you. He can take care of you. And that's his role, right? And then when we ask daddy, as little boys, well, daddy, what's a good woman? Well, a good woman is, she gonna be loyal, she gonna be faithful, she can be a good mother. She gonna keep the house clean, she gonna raise the babies, right? She should be submissive. She gonna do whatever you tell her to. She don't do whatever you tell her to, that ain't no good woman. You see, we have been taught for the last 7,000 years that a man is a master energy. And a good woman is a servant energy. You understand? So understand that for the last 7,000 years, she has been enslaved because she has constantly been asked to be submissive, give her power away. And here we go out here, goddesses. Look at all these goddesses looking for a man to provide for them. Look at all these women out here looking for a man to take care of them. When you're looking for a man to provide for you, when you're looking for a man to take care of you, already you're being submissive to be submissive. I say, you're already being submissive to be submissive. You're already ready to give your power away. You're already thinking that you're weak. When we're looking for a good man to take care of us and provide for us, we're already putting ourselves in a weak position. As though you can't take care of yourself. You are not a child, goddess. You're not a child. You understand? So when we talk about being submissive, this is where you fall, goddess. This is where the world has control over us. You really don't see, the women do not see, the goddess do not see how imperative it is for her to be on her throne. She does not see how imperative and how important it is for her to be back in power. You understand? And as long as we focusing on the police, as long as we focusing on buildings getting blown up or whatever on the news, honey, as long as we focusing on that, we're not focusing, we're not seeing that she is not in power and that she's supposed to be in power. She is supposed to be in power. You see, nothing exists without her. She is existence. Nothing exists without her. You understand me? There is no life after her. There is no past without her. There is no present without her. And if she don't get out this submissive shit, it ain't gonna be no future. You understand? The future gonna get even worse. It's so imperative, goddess, that you get on your throne. It's so imperative, goddess, that you put on your crown. It's so imperative, goddess, that you get on your robe. It's so imperative, goddess, that you stand in your power, because the world needs you. You see, we want to blame everybody. We want to blame everybody for why the world is going through what it's going through. We want to blame the government. We want to blame politicians. We want to blame the kings, the rulers, or whoever else, right? And goddess, it ain't your fault, but it's your fault. Because you don't see yourself. It ain't your fault that you don't see yourself, but it's your fault for not realizing it's you. You are the cure to this disease that we have on this earth. You are the cure. You are. When you come back to love, when you come back to loving yourself, when you come back to being in power of yourself, no longer being submissive, you got to understand, goddess, that you are the lead. See, they tell you that you second, but if you second, goddess, why men chasing you? Right? Why men chasing you? Why are they doing whatever they need to do to get you? I say. Because at the end of the day, goddess, to the average particular man, 85% of his energy goes into being seen by you. 85% of his energy is put out to get you, for you to see him, right? He want the money so that you will see him. He want the car so that you will see him. He want the house so that you will see him. He like the clothes so that you will see him. He wear the jewelry so that you will see him. Ain't nobody chasing no man out here, goddess, right? If a man go outside right now and say, hey, anybody want to have sex? Everybody in the whole neighborhood going to look at him crazy. I say. But you can't do that, though, can you, goddess? You can't go out there and say that, can you, goddess? You see your power. Do you really see it? You are the lead. You understand? There's a reason why you have breasts and men have chest. It's because we are the reflection of you. I say. You are not the reflection of us. That's his story. But everything shows and proves that that's not the truth. If you was the reflection of us, then you would have a chest too when you're goddess. But no, you don't have a chest, you have breasts. We have a chest because we're the reflection of you. You see, Adam was created to be the helpmate. But no, in his story, that's your job. That's what you have been taught. That's what women have been taught for the last 7,000 years, that she was created to be the helpmate. But how is she supposed to be the helpmate if she was big? She was here first. How was she created to be the helpmate when she been here 300,000 some years before man? You think the divine gonna create the helpmate before they create the source? I mean, let's talk about it. I say, let's talk about it. As masculines, we're here to be the helpmate. We're created to be the helpmate. You understand me? That's why we're physically stronger than you. So we can help you pick up things. That's why we're taller than you. So we can reach things for you. Everybody live with a man before. Ain't that what you do? You in the cabinet? What you tell them? Grab that for me up there. When you gotta lift something you can't lift, what you tell them? Lift this for me. Cut the grass. Fix the car. Fix the plumbing. Fix the sink. Who's really the helpmate? Let's talk about it. Really know your position. We got to let go of his story. And let's talk about her story. Let's talk about her story. So God, it's when you decide and choose to be submissive, when you start looking for somebody to provide for you, When you start looking for somebody to take care of you, all you're doing is giving away your power. Just to be looking for that, just to have that perception, to play that role that you need somebody to provide for you and take care of you, you're already being submissive to be submissive. I say, when are we going to let go, goddess? When are we going to stop looking back like you're some weak being that needs somebody to take care of her? For the last 7,000 years, his story has taught us that she's a child, right? She needs somebody to provide for her. She needs somebody to take care of her. Don't talk. Your word ain't, you're a child. Don't speak when grown people speaking. Ain't that what they say? That's what men say, ain't it? Don't speak when I'm speaking. Do as I say. Right? Do as I say. Why would men be so focused on being in control of you? Why would men be so focused on taking care of you and being in control of you? Because see, when he provided for you or taking care of you, he controlling you. And then with the shit pop fan, and then we go cheat. Because see, when he provide for you, when he's taking care of you, this automatically makes him feel that he has permission, that he has the right to do whatever the hell he want to do. You see, I pay all the bills in here. So if I want to have me a woman on the side, I can have me a woman on the side. Right? I can do whatever I want to do if I pay everything, if I do everything. Right? We're not understanding what type of power we're giving away. We're not understanding what type of permission we're giving to this person by allowing them to do everything and we do nothing. I say, a housewife, where did that come from? Who told you that? Who told you you're supposed to be a housewife? Who told you you're supposed to sit in the house all day and wash somebody's clothes and wash somebody's dishes and clean somebody's house? That is a servant, Your Highness. I don't know what you're thinking. That's a servant. That ain't no damn woman. That's a servant. And we're going to let go of that, goddess. Because see, we're still in that energy. We're still being servants. Right now, she is the oldest slave. She is the oldest slave. So while we're looking at all this other bull crap that we see on TV, all these distractions, so that we don't see the real slave, that we don't see the real person that is being held down. All the black people, I love my black people. Honey, we want to focus on black people all the time. All black people got it the worst. So who got it worse than the woman? Who got it worse than the woman? For her to be submissive. They got her on screen every day, showing her ass. This is how she feels. She just want to show her ass every day, but she don't want to say nothing. See how many people I see on social media, how many of goddesses on social media that show their ass every day, but they don't never say nothing. They don't express themselves. They don't express their mind. They don't express their perception of life. They just rather show their ass. And as long as you just showing your ass, in all truth, you want us to believe that you're confident behind it. All you're saying is that you are being submissive. All you're saying is that you are insecure. As long as you're showing your ass, that's what you feel like. That's your asset. That's your best asset. Oh, I got body. I'm gorgeous. All the men gonna want me. Yeah, all the men are gonna want you. But the guards are gonna walk right past you. See, the men are not capable of love. They're not connected to it. They're taught to despise the feminine energy. They're taught to despise as little boys. That's the generational curse. The generational curse is that we get raised up to be known that she is supposed to be submissive. He is supposed to take care of her. And he is taught as an early age, as a little boy, to despise the feminine energy. That's why he don't have no respect. That's why I call them bitches and hoes. No respect for the goddess. I say, all because he hurt. I say. Now again, this is a generational curse. This is how we are raised. As little boys, we're raised. We're told that no, Men don't cry. Men don't show emotions. You don't walk like that. Don't hold your hand like that. Don't act feminine in no form or fashion. Look at all these men right now here on TV and YouTube all the time. Oh, such and such. Oh, we got food that's making men feminine. We all people trying to teach men to be feminine. Because they in their ego. You don't understand if you're not in connection with your feminine, you cannot love her. You can't even love your damn children. Don't we see it? You want to keep and make excuses for these people. Oh well, he don't take care of his kids because that's his daddy. His daddy wasn't there. Or if his daddy was there, his daddy was abusive. Or maybe his daddy was there and still wasn't there for him. No, honey, he don't love his damn kids. He's not connected to his feminine. And if you're not connected to the source is the cup of love. If you're not connected to the source, to the feminine dimension, to the feminine energy, you are not capable of loving anyone, anything, including yourself. Right? Because at the end of the day, we're gonna be real. I'm masculine. Let's be real. The men are the biggest hoes. Right? Let's be real. I've been there. I've been a man before. The men are the biggest hoes, which means they have no respect for themselves. They have the least respect for themselves. Right? But let the world tell it, it's you, goddess. You ain't got no respect for yourself. But most men are all around this sun gun trying to get their list up, trying to build their list up of how many women they done been with. All they're showing is how much respect you do not have for yourself, how much you do not love yourself. To any masters that's on here, when we're in that energy, when we just want to be whores, we do not love ourselves as masculines. We think that's cool. And been doing it so long that even women think it's cool. There's women out here that's like, well, that's what men gonna cheat. So just let them do what they do. Nah, goddess. They cheat because you allow them to. So you don't understand that you are the lead. They do whatever you allow them to. Because when they cheat on you, goddess, what you do? You go back. You give them a second chance. And when you give them a second chance, you're giving them permission to cheat on you. When they disrespect you, goddess, if you give them a second chance to do it, you're giving them permission to disrespect you. They only do what you allow, Your Highness. They only do what you allow. When are you going to get on your throne? When are you going to put on your crown? When are you going to stand up and say no? It's so hard for you to say no, goddess. When are you going to just say no? No, I will not be cheated on. No, I will not be disrespected. I don't need you. I don't need you. See, that's the energy that we put ourselves in, goddess, when we accept the things that they do. We're just showing them that we need them in some form or fashion. Right? His story. That's what you're taught. You need a man. Right? Come on, let's talk about the elders. That's how long this generational curse been going on. Let's talk about the elders. Big Mama and them. Remember how Big Mama and them, Big Papa was cheating with Miss Mary down the street. Everybody knew it. Big Mama knew it too. But she allowed it to happen. Right? Because they tell us when we get married for better or worse. No. Understand me? See, the goddess, you keep accepting things. You're not understanding that you're the lead. See, you're accepting things because you have been taught and shown through his story that you're supposed to be second, that you're supposed to sit back, cook, watch the kids, you feel me? Have sex with me the way I want to have sex with, as much as I want you to have sex with me. Be pretty when I want you to be pretty. So when we go some places, people can be proud of me for having such a gorgeous woman. And shut the F up. Don't talk. I don't know if y'all looked at, but all that, or all of those things seem like to be elements of slavery. of a slave, of a servant. Look good, but don't talk. Keep the house clean. Cook the food. Raise the babies. You don't need no career. No, you don't need no career, honey. I just need you to stay right here in this house and cook my food, take care of them babies while I go do whatever I gotta do. All he do, goddess, is go to work and come home. What in the world? How is that so much that you don't get no rights, that you supposed to shut the hell up? No, goddess, you're not here to be submissive. You're not here to be in nobody's house and wash nobody's dishes. You're not here to be in nobody's house, goddess, and clean their house up, iron their clothes. No, goddess. That's what you do when somebody else is doing it too. I say. See, now you ain't here to clean up the house, goddess. We're here to clean the house, goddess. You're not here to cook, goddess. We're here to cook, goddess. You're not here to raise them babies, goddess. We're here to raise them babies, goddess. You're not here to be a housewife. We're here to have careers. We're here to chase our dreams. We're here to create our heaven on earth. Not me, right? That's what you're taught. He go reach his dreams. You support him. Look at all the football players and basketball players and the artists that are out here now, masculines who have wives. What do they wives do? Just sit home and be pretty? Clean the house? Support them. Support their career. Support their dream. What about you, goddess? I say, what about you? And you're not here to be submissive, and we got to let go of that shit real fast because the world needs you. You are the key element to save the world. You are the key element to bringing happiness back to this earth. You are the key element to bring love and affection back to this earth. You are the key element to what love is, to what heaven is. See, as long as it's a masculine world, as long as it's a man's world, it's going to be a world perceived as hell. It will only be perceived as heaven, Your Highness, when you get back in power, when you get back on your throne. You will bring back the energy of heaven on earth. You see, earth is already heaven. It's already heaven. But we, being in this ego, this masculine energy, and allowing the masculine to control without love, you cannot rule a country without love. I say, that's why ain't nobody happy. That's why ain't nobody happy. Because ain't nobody that's in control, ain't nobody that's in power is ruling with love. They're ruling with ego. And the ego creates a need to be right and a need to control. I say. You see, goddess, when you was in power, I mean, I hear so many people talk about Queen Elizabeth, right? Now, I don't know that woman, and don't none of y'all know her, right? But notice what's on the news. Oh, she was the worst. She was terrible. She's the last of the Mohicans. You see, when the goddesses was in control, when there was Cleopatra and the goddesses was ruling, they created peace. You see, war didn't even come in until they started allowing their concubines, the men they were having sex with, they started allowing these men to help them rule. This is when war was created. Do your history, I say. Or should do her story. Do her story. His story won't tell you a bunch of lies, I say. It's going to tell you a bunch of lies. You see, God is at the end of the day, men do everything for you. They do it for you. Do you see the power? Do you see the power that you have to entice them to do whatever you want them to do? I say, but you have all this power to turn them on, to manipulate them out their money, to manipulate them to do whatever you want them to do, but you won't get them to respect you. you won't get them to love you, all because you won't say no. You won't say no when he disrespects you. And when I say no, I don't mean just say no. I mean no second chances. You can't say no and then go back to get some more. You can't say don't disrespect me, but then call them the next day. I say, how that work? That don't work. That's not no. No means no. You can't say no, don't cheat on me, but then you call him back, or he call you and you go back over there. No means no. That means never again. When you say no, that means never again. We have to stay no guarders and mean it. Because see, when you say no, you lying. See, truth is when your mouth is aligned with your feet, meaning your words are aligned with your actions. So you say no out your mouth, but your actions say, it's cool. You can disrespect me. It's cool. You can cheat on me. It's cool. You can abuse me verbally, physically, mentally. It's cool. You saying no, but your actions are saying yes. Every time we go back, every time we give them a second chance, you control it all, honey. You are the lead. When are you going to start leading? When are you going to say no and mean it? I say. Any questions on submission, Your Highness?